When Connie and I first met, I didn't know that my life had just changed forever. It was my very first day of college. I was walking across the dorm, feeling excited and free, when Connie saw me and said, "There goes my new friend." And that began our life journey together. We were teenagers then. She was a year ahead of me. After she graduated, Connie set off on a magical journey that eventually led us here to Kauai. She traveled across Europe and Asia, gathering stories, perspectives, and that wide, open-hearted wonder that became such a defining part of who she was. When she returned, she came to live with me, and I finished college, and we planned our own journey to Asia. We crossed the American West slowly, hiking in many glorious parks. We followed the geese south and hopped half the way to Asia, coming to Kauai to work. That was another life-changing event as we made our homes, families, and friendships that continue to this day. Many of those friends are here now. For Connie, travel was a way of saying yes to the world. Teaching was the same. Connie began her teaching career as a student on the Navajo reservation. From the very beginning, her work was rooted in respect, presence, and love. She adored her children, she adored children and especially loved teaching second graders. She brought them not just intelligence and skill, but caring, values, and joy. To get to Kauai, Connie and I worked briefly as maids at Yosemite. During that time, we worked on the virtue we most needed to cultivate, and some of you may not be surprised that hers was patience. Building her character became a lifelong practice as she worked to embody virtues in herself as well as instill them in her children and her students. She loved her students and colleagues deeply here at Island School, the center of Connie's professional life. How many times we'd be sitting in a restaurant and a former student would come to the table, "Hi, Miss Connie." She was remembered. She made people feel safe and capable and seen. Teaching was not just her profession, it was her calling. Connie didn't just love the world, she moved with it. She loved dancing and music parties. When we played music and sang together, she would request her second favorite song, "Please Be With Me" by Eric Clapton. She never told us her favorite song. Probably it was whatever the song happened to be playing when she felt most alive. Living in the moment. Connie was my bliss sis. I was blessed to be present at the birth of Connie's children, my beloved godchildren, Lokahi, Andrew, Leona. And I watched her grow into motherhood with the same devotion and attentiveness she brought to her teaching. After losing her first husband, Cliff, a wonderful musician and father of her children, Dave became the love of her life. Together they raised a beautiful family who Connie loved with all her heart. It meant a lot to me to see the stability and love Connie and Dave built together. They shared the joy of traveling, exploring the world side by side, from the top of Kilimanjaro to the Fiji reefs. I was happy to see them sparked by the adventures they crafted and sustained by their spiritual faith. Watching Connie's decline, witnessing the dissolution of a life so bright, so vibrant, and saying goodbye was profound. Since we met as teenagers, our friendship has been an anchor in my life. Our happy times were abundantly joyful, beginning with the grand adventures of youth. How precious it is to move through life knowing your friend is always there, ready to share whatever comes, devastating or delightful. I'm so grateful for that. I'm deeply touched by the love that surrounded Connie following the news of her illness. My sincere appreciation to her husband, Dave, whose tender, devoted care was extraordinary. My heartfelt gratitude to her children, their spouses, her sister Carol, and her 8 grandchildren, for the love, the sweetness, and the care that they showered on their yaya, their mama. Connie joyfully welcomed the many loving friends who visited, called, and texted. She loved the flowers, the cards, the letters that arrived daily. Many thanks to the Kauai Hospice. It became a strong habit of my heart knowing Connie was there as we went about our busy lives. I'll remember her calling, laughing, dancing, hugging her students, holding her grandchildren, and setting off on another adventure across the planet. We have been incredibly fortunate to love her and to be loved by her. There goes my new friend. Those words shaped my life. And seeing the hundreds of people gathered here today, I know that same welcome blessed many lives. Connie lives on in our joyful, radiant hearts. Mahalo nui, my angel Connie. Ah,